Yo, Jesus Christ. This is some level of insanity here, dude. And he was like, I think a lot of them will have questions for you and your unicycle. A cafe in the woods. I gotta go get something from there, right? Yo, this is like a real highway, dude. This is crazy. Okay, so I just woke up. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock. So this is what the campsite looks like in the light of day. It's basically just a forest. This is my humble abode. Let me bring you in for a second here. So this is what the interior looks like. I have my thermal rest sleeping pad right here. A little pocket with all of my important stuff. The phone's in there. Flashlight, which was super helpful yesterday. Noise canceling headphones so that I can actually sleep. And then just for safety. All right, let's get ready. It's like surprisingly chilly. When I'm in the tent, I was actually quite cozy throughout the night. Here basically creating like a greenhouse effect. On top of that, I had my little ultralight blanket that I brought with me. Thank God I brought this hoodie and that blanket. Surprisingly, this mattress held up. It did not deflate at all, which very rare in my experience. I will tell you though, nothing beats bed at home. I'm like running on 2 hours of sleep. There's a week of this still? God damn. This process takes like a surprising amount of time. Like to have to spend an hour every morning. What time is it now? 7:34. Took about an hour to pack up the camp here. Okay, so off we go. Day 2. Empire State Trail. So we are gonna head north. Yo, I barely just started. I'm already exhausted. I still have saddle soreness from yesterday. Sleeping 3 hours in the woods did not help. We're not even at Albany yet, dude. You can see the colors now. We're still good on battery. Full bars because we had charged a Brewster before going to the camp spot. So right now the priority is food and bathroom. In and out. Huh. Oh wow, okay. At first I thought that was like farmland because I saw the bushels of hay. Then I was like, is that a castle? No, it's a prison. Okay, I just looked it up. It's the Haven Correctional Facility. That's kind of gorgeous. This particular portion of the Empire State Trail reminds me of Jurassic Park. A wall of trees arcing over the path. It's pretty good. Hopewell Junction Depot. Today, the Empire State Trail follows the route of the former Maybrook line for 44 miles. The depot was built in 1873, and it was an important social center for the community that grew around it. It was abandoned in 1982, and then local volunteers restored the building and opened the Hopewell Depot Museum to the public in 2012. Oh, so that's very recent. Okay, let's regroup. So we started up in New York, and we are now, I would say, maybe halfway to Albany. So one of the things that I find really interesting is the further you get up here, the kinder and more tolerant about an EUC on the trail people become. I mean, you heard it from the other guy. You got it.
I want to see you go by. Nice.
Thank you. I mean, he's an older gentleman. Well, first of all, he gave me the right of way even though he had it. So I rode by, and then he said, technology, huh? That's such a terrific forward-thinking attitude, you know? Because I think in New York, people are used to having very scarce space, room. So they're very precious about public space, you know? Whereas here, I think there's just so much in excess that everybody's kind of just fine with each other. There's a bathroom here, right?
Yeah, there are.
Oh, okay, so that's the restroom. Okay, just finished my business. The bathroom wasn't too bad, actually. Pretty clean, composting toilet, hand sanitizer. Case in point, I just left my wheel out here behind a tree. I also just left my bag on that bench over there, and I left my camera right on top of the bag. Right? People are different, I'm telling you. So I was asking that really helpful older gentleman about where I can get water, and he was like, you can just take some of ours. Come on by, fill it up. I've never met a more hospitable group of cyclists. He was telling me that there was an event. Many cyclists are going to come through this area, and he was like, I think a lot of them will have questions for you and your unicycle. Dutchess Rail Trail. It says the William R. Steinhaus Dutchess Rail Trail is a 13-mile linear park. So we are here. We're trying to make it to Walkway over the Hudson. To get there, we'll go through the town of Poughkeepsie. This entire path is the Dutchess Rail Trail. We're getting close to Walkway over the Hudson. This is a major attraction. So we're averaging about 9 miles an hour at the moment. We're going excruciatingly slow because there are significantly more people. It's so interesting, you know, I already had one person tell me in the chat that I have to go 15 miles an hour faster. I just feel like that's missing the point, because this trip is about enjoyment. It's about creating an unforgettable journey instead of just blasting through, going 30, 40 miles an hour on a bike path that like kids use. But safety aside, the idea that you would do like a New York to Canada trip where the entire point is to get from point A to point B as fast as possible, I don't know if that's the purpose for what I'm doing here. That's like if I went to a concert and I come back like, oh my God, the music is godly. And then my friend's like, yeah, but like, how many decibels did they hit though? That's a weird question to ask, right? Like, I mean, you know, the decibel is just the vehicle to get the music to the audience for their enjoyment. It's not the point, right? But then again, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. Ho ho ho, here we are. And we have arrived at Poughkeepsie. This is the walkway, and we are right here before the on-ramp. They do have water fountains here. That was glorious. I already filled up both of my water bottles. Okay, let's learn a bit about the walkway over the Hudson. It says it's conceived in the 1860s, and it was the only Hudson River crossing between New York City and Albany. It eventually costed over $3.5 million and provided a direct route for transporting raw materials like coal from Pennsylvania to the Northeast. By 1980s, the bridge was abandoned. It's such a nicely designed entrance to the bridge. We are so high up, dude. So that bridge in the distance is the Mid-Hudson Bridge. And you can see the town of Poughkeepsie right underneath us. This is only my second time coming to this bridge. Last time, once we hit the middle of the bridge, we turned back. This time, we'll have to cross the bridge in its entirety to head to the next town. So the walkway over the Hudson was established in 1992 to preserve what was at the time the Poughkeepsie Highland Railroad Bridge. The project transformed the abandoned bridge into a linear park, and it was finished in 2009. That's a nice view, huh? Brilliant, brilliant stuff. One thing that is truly fascinating about this section of the Hudson River is that the water flows both ways. About 16,000 years ago, a massive ice field gouged out the riverbed so deeply that the bottom of the Hudson became lower than sea level. So during high tides, the water from the Atlantic Ocean backflows into the Hudson, and the river reverses its flow according to tidal changes. We're coming off the bridge now. Beyond this point is brand new territory because this bridge marks the furthest point I've gone from New York on my UC. And we are off the bridge and out of Poughkeepsie. The next section, as you can see here, is the Hudson Valley Rail Trail. Oh, that looks cool. So this is the remnants of the Highland Station that used to be here. That is a rickety wooden bridge, right? The steel is so thin. Poughkeepsie is a hub. So there were a lot of people that shared that part of the Empire State Trail. But now we don't really have anybody. The goal today is to reach Rojankill Park, which is our next camp spot. I identified a full restaurant for lunch in the town up ahead, so that is our next agenda here. We have arrived at New Paltz. That's the one. Excited.
Good.
Okay, just finished eating. I think that's gonna cover me for lunch and dinner. I love these towns that are right on the edge of the trail and you don't have to deviate too far to get food. Uh-oh, that is a first. Past New Paltz, the Empire State Trail becomes a dirt road. At the speeds we're going, like 15, 20 miles an hour, most likely we won't slide out, so we should be good to go. We are on the Walkway Valley Rail Trail portion of the Empire State Trail. It's roughly 3 p.m. We have about 40 miles to go to our campground. This time, I'm almost certain I can make it before sunset. Wow. So we were on this section of the Empire State Trail, which connected to the Walkway Valley Rail Trail. And now we're here, and we have to continue north to Kingston. And then opposite at the sign is that, a cafe in the woods. I gotta go get something from there, right? Oh, it's called the Rail Trail Cafe.
And I'll
Hey.
bring your sandwiches to go
Oh my
up
God.
to the right.
This is awesome.
Right?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, can I get an iced coffee?
Sure.
With milk and no sugar. How long has this been here?
12 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, my husband and I started it. We live in walking distance and we saw all these people on the trail.
It just came together.
Yeah.
This is such a unique place. Oh my God. Look at this place. They got bike rentals. They got food, drinks. Oh, that's the pizza oven. Like, ever play The Legend of Zelda when you're a kid, going through one of the dungeons or something? All of a sudden, you turn a corner, dun 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 dun, and it's like a secret cave, and you've really discovered something. There's a sense of accomplishment. That's how I felt about this place. You're just on the rail trail. All of a sudden, the side just opens up, and there's like a cafe. This place looks old because it is old. That photo looks like it's 19 years old because that's when it was posted on there, and it's been rained on and no one cared, and now it has character. And now I have an iced coffee in the middle of nowhere, 150 miles away from New York. Ain't that crazy? This is apparently called the Rosedale Trestle Bridge. Holy crap, dude. Oh my God. Yo, Jesus Christ. This is some level of insanity here, dude. Oh my God. It's like it's one vantage point after another. Yo, dirt plus hill, not a good combination. I hope I'm going the right way. The problem with dirt trails is that sometimes you can't tell if it's the Empire State Trail or if it's just dirt. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes there are multiple dirt trails coming together and you're like, which one is the one I'm supposed to? All right, I just stopped here to take a breather, right? And then my legs felt chilly. Like, we're talking ice cold. And I was like, what in the world? And then I saw this. Brr. Why does the air feel cold? Underground air naturally stays around 50 degrees. You can feel its chill as it moves out of the cave and mines that permeate Jopenberg Mountain. In the summer, locals think that it's natural air conditioning. I mean, yeah, this is no joke. You can see it. Do you see the mist? Do you see the cold air coming through? This is crazy, dude. Such a bizarre natural phenomenon. This section of the rail trail here is oddly technical. What is this? You know, on this trip, you pass through so many iconic attractions, and you're like, oh, but what was that? Here's your sign. So it says, the brick building in front of you held Lawrence Cement, the largest cement company operating in the fine water area. At peak manufacturing, the company produced 5,500 barrels of cement daily and about 1 million barrels per year. This represented 1/8 of the total amount of manufactured cement in the United States at the time. Whoa. It's nothing exciting, but yet it's the most exciting thing ever is a big hole next to a happy face. Oh, okay. See, you ask and you receive. I was like, what in the world is that? Empire State's got us. You are standing in front of one of the many room and pillar natural cement mines. The extraction process largely involved the setting of dynamite charges to dislodge large chunks of rock. Then the miners left behind large open rooms with pillars to support the ceiling, hence the name room and pillar mining. The rock was broken down into smaller pieces to be baked, which converted the natural rock into cement. Rosendale natural cement was so popular because it had natural hydraulic properties, meaning it would harden underwater, making it ideal for bridges, dams, and canal construction. It's crazy. This entire area feels like it's 50 degrees. Just because there's so many of these caves and the air being pumped out of them cooled that entire valley floor, and now I'm getting chilly. We are now finally on asphalt. After seeing the cement thing, dude, amazing concrete. So the next section of the Empire State Trail goes through the town of Kingston. As you can hear, this section is on road. I am not a huge fan of this paint barrier situation. There is a shoulder that they want us to use, but as you can see, you're just kind of in the bushes, right? Okay, we're back on the trail now. Life is good again. Kingston, it's a little dilapidated, a little historic. You have a lot of buildings that kind of are like that. I'm not disliking the way that Kingston has done the on-road portion of the Empire State Trail here. All right, we have entered the next section of the Empire State Trail called the Kingston Point Rail Trail. Oh, this is interesting. I guess they needed to punch through all this rock because of the road above. Seems that the Kingston portion of the Empire State Trail threads its way through Kingston itself instead of just passing adjacently to the area. I think this is the path. Oh shit. We're basically off the map at this point. The GPS file sort of botches this area. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is very sketchy. There's gnats everywhere. This is what I'm looking at, right? That's the Hudson River. And I'm supposed to hug the river until we merge back onto the Empire State Trail, but is this right? Oh, jeez. I mean, it's beautiful. That's a nice view of the Hudson. It's just that the riding conditions are somewhat unforgiving. I don't like that we're so close to the water either. Oh, salvation. Salvation, baby. Oh my God. So apparently that section is called the Kingston Rotary. We're here and the campsite is past Germantown. We really do have to hurry. That detour and the dirt section took a little longer than anticipated, but the road conditions seems optimal now. So ideally we would be able to get to our campground in the next 2 hours or so. So yeah, we're back on the main road. Yo, this is like a real highway, dude. What in the world is happening here? This is crazy. All right, we're on the pedestrian side, crossing the Kingston Rhinecliff Bridge, past multiple signs saying, hey, no cyclists allowed. Dude, f that, dude. See that double painted white line? Yeah, that's for the protection of cyclists. During the first portion of the bridge, that painted line wasn't even there. So it was just single lane with cars. Meanwhile, what pedestrians? I mean, sometimes you just gotta do the legal but right thing. Yo, look at that view. Cloudburst. Okay, we're on River Road. Supposedly this is the next stretch of the Empire State Trail. Saw some reviews online that says, quote unquote, fantastic ride. So what is that machine used for? What I don't like about this road is that it's single lane. If there is a car going faster than it should, there really isn't any room for us to maneuver around them. Luckily, it seems like this road is quite dead. We are passing through Bard College. Oh, that's cool. I am almost certain that this is a Frank Gehry building. That's the Fisher Center. We don't really have the time to look at it though. We gotta go. It's 7 p.m. right now. We're entering the Red Hook Trails. Oh, good, good. We got asphalt now. Yeah, it is getting dark already, see? Could you imagine being in here after dark? That would suck. It's slightly misty. Nothing we can't handle. So fog looks beautiful, but it's quite sinister when you're camping because it's just like rain, except it doesn't need wind to get all of your gear soaking wet. So here's to hoping that we don't get that tonight at our camp spot. We have roughly 12 miles to go and 40 minutes to get there. This section of the Empire State Trail is pretty great. I've been cruising at like 30 for the last 20 minutes or so. We just entered Columbia County. No car in sight, dude. It's been amazing. It's an elk farm. Look at that. It's an entire herd of them. There are more. Why? For meat maybe, or pelt? Probably a lot of things. Oh, we're here. Rojankill Park of Germantown. That's official. I mean, they got like a hangout spot. You can, I guess, hammock here if you needed to. They got a barbecue grill over there. It's a parking lot over here. But I don't know where I can camp. Like just behind the barbecue? That seems quite open, you know? Rolif Jansen Park. Please use and enjoy, respect it, encourage others to do the same. What does it say about camping though? Oh, okay. Camp area there above the stairs. Damn, I have to carry my wheel up the stairs? Is there another way to... Oh yeah, there we go. It's getting dark, dude. So we got some pads used for camping. I want to find one that's hidden though. I don't want people to know that I'm here. Yeah, I think that one might be a good idea because I would be hidden behind the trees. The other question is, how do you use these platforms? All I have are stakes. All right, so I think this time I set the tent up pretty well. Didn't go through the process because it was too late. I was racing the sun. This is essentially my setup. I love that they gave us a wooden platform. The only concern was figuring out how to get these stakes that are meant for dirt into the planks. So I just kind of wedged it in between the gap and hammered it down with a rock. As usual, using my wheel as the point of illumination here. Let me get inside and then we'll talk more, yeah? Okay, so this is what the inside of the tent looks like. It's pretty small, but it's big enough for one person. It's probably around 60 degrees outside, but cozy 70 inside because of the greenhouse effect. That's the blanket. You wouldn't think you need one, but yesterday I was freezing without it, so I was so glad I brought it with me. This is a double layer tent, so the mesh that you see here keeps the bugs out, and then there's that green rain fly. So that's what gives me privacy and keep the rain off of me. The thing with camping is that as soon as the sun come up, you can't sleep anymore. And it's so hard to actually go to sleep because I'm not used to everything. So I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye here. Oh my God, I don't know if you can see that blinking. That's a firefly trapped in my tent between the mesh and the tarp. Isn't that crazy? Thanks for watching day 2. There are 6 more videos coming up documenting the trip. I appreciate the overwhelming support and interest in this series. It means a lot to me. I'm aiming for a 2-week per episode release schedule. So if you've enjoyed this video, stick around. Maybe share it with some friends who might also be interested in adventures like this. And I will see you back on the trail.